Storm, you were always going to be black no matter what. And then Storm just gets this really high, mighty look on her face.
Like, you expected something different? All right, so we are now officially live. Bing, bang, boom. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Official countdown in 3, 2, 1. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Shadow King, and I'm back with the homie Joe, aka Total Justice Gaming, and you know what time it is. This is episode 4. There you go. Of Ranger Ops Podcast, and you know what time it is. And considering what we're talking about today, there's only really one Ranger that needs to be pointed out here. It's Morphin time. Saber-tooth tiger.
Mine's a bit more contrived and long-winded. All right. I'm royalty now.
Oh, my God.
Oh, plus, by the way, I have the Mantis.
Oh, my God.
Are we going through the full fanfare this time?
We'll do it when we get done later. We got a lot to unpack tonight, guys.
See, now this one's actually pointed because she uses Mantis style and she's yellow.
Yes. No, I freaking love that thing. It's the bop-it of weapons, and we love it. Yes, all right, guys. I mean, you read the title, you've seen the thumbnail. If you're watching this on YouTube until you upload it, it's here. It's April 19th. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Once and Always is finally officially premiered, and holy crap!
It makes Soul of the Dragon canonical in the canonical.
Well, I mean, it was already canonical, but it...
No. Like, they officially confirmed in this they are married and they have a son named JJ.
Did you not watch the 25th anniversary?
No.
Well, then you're behind, sir. They confirmed that back in Ninja Steel. It's okay.
That's a Ninja Steel.
Okay.
Well, wait, was that the Ninja?
Yes.
Okay, there's why I skipped it. I was afraid it was Ninja too.
Well, then we'll have to make that an episode where we go back and have you watch Dimensions in Danger. It's very short. Should have been a 2-parter. But that's an entirely different story because now we have an hour-long movie with some of our original Rangers from 1993. That's right. Billy, Zach, Kat, Rocky, Adam H. They are back, looking good in their age now. I'm not going to say the old word, but you know they're looking good for their ages. And along with them, an old villain has returned. Robo Rita. Look, let's just cut the chase. Let's get right into it. We already got Netflix pulled up. Boom! Look at that. And we are ready to rock and roll. You ready, Joe?
Oh, yeah.
All right. This is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Once and Always live. That's right. We are live. So please hit the chat. Let's holler at you. We'll count you guys out. If you are watching, we appreciate you guys for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, then make sure you guys leave a comment, like, subscribe, do all the things because I got a bunch of videos coming off of just this one movie alone. Because if you know your boy, and Joe already knows, I went in with this for the lore, the answers to the lore, answers to canon lore, and answers to stuff that I made my own connections to. And oh boy, does this deliver. Without further ado, anything you want to add, Joe, before we get started?
Yeah, look, there's no Power Rangers or Super Sentai team that actually is based in Osaka.
Okay, okay. We're gonna talk about that at the end because that's one of the big things I had in my notes. By the way, yes, this is a live reaction to it, but you know I've already seen it like 6 times already. Come on, it's me.
I watched it 20 minutes ago.
Well, you're gonna watch it again.
More Battle Network 2.
All right, guys, this is the live reaction, live watch party. Come in, geek out with us, party out. This is starting in 3, 2, 1. Can you hear everything over there?
Oh yeah.
Perfect. All right. Just sip from my cup here. I really love this. Gives me Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie vibes.
And yet he's still not canon. Unless he's so insignificant a villain that he only was like one summer villain.
Any last words?
It's Morphin time! Triceratops!
I mean, those are pretty awesome last words if you had to go out.
Honeys! Grind him into blue dust!
Ooh.
Why do leave
I love
me
seeing
here?
Rita fight hand to
Was your
hand, even though it's not
plan just to
actually
die
Rita.
outside in the fresh sea breeze?
Oh, that was so badass. I love them
you
just
brought
dropping in.
friends. Now it's
That
a
is probably the best
reunion.
thing about
Just
having
dust
Power
off
Rangers done in
and
this
zip
day
here
and
as
age is
fast
the
as you
teleportation effects
Thanks,
look
Zach.
real good.
Yes.
That's Rita Repulsa? The robot
And
look
the
is not
camera
right.
angles,
She'll look
the
better on a jump
cinematography,
heap.
all of it's just amazing.
Destroy them all!
I turned into a 3-year-old kid watching this scene when I saw it earlier, dude. It's so epic. Just what a way to start the special. I know what's gonna happen, but
I
still.
wonder if they owe everybody royalties for the use of the ADRs in the fight scenes.
I mean, it'd be a good way to, give extra pay.
Like,
Obviously,
is
that's
Amy Jo Johnson going to get a paycheck for the fact they're using her voice in another thing later on?
maybe. Slow mo. Oh, he throwing balls in the face.
I was having fun, but you want to get serious? Come on, let's get deadly serious.
Oh my.
You know I love that face.
Thank you.
Just like I love all the power in my new robot body. But I'll gladly give up some of that energy for
Oh,
a
no.
spell that kills.
Time to be sad.
Trainee!
So instead of instant disintegration, it kind of flipped her and then disintegrated her. Anyway, I am this sad.
If anyone needs me, I'll be in the dark dimension planning my revenge.
Well, I mean, we're doing this thing, so I might as well just quote it. Space is warping and time is bendable.
I like that shot. It's very sad, very emotional.
It is very nice. It's a good shot.
So what are we going to tell her? Maybe their mom drowned?
No.
Okay, Zach.
Yes,
It's too
your
smart for
mom
that.
drowned. That's so much more
We
better.
gotta decide
Your
something
mom
quick
drowned and
because
we can't
school's
find the
out.
body.
All right,
There's
that would be
like we go
horrible.
searching the dark
I
dimension.
love
You
Zach.
can't decide quick
Looking-
on how to
looking
tell someone the worst news they
Dapper
like.
in that suit, though.
We can't lie.
Yeah, at what point
Gotta be
did
the truth.
Zach become a congressman?
Look, Zordon's rules.
There are
Rules can
slight
be
hints
broken
to
for a
it.
good reason.
I guess in the comics, maybe.
Look, if Zordon
but,
was bad
No,
like
in the
I
comics
hope,
right now, he's still an
I'm sure he'd say
intergalactic
that Min
space
needs to
ninja
know.
Well, yeah.
It's always just
Who
been her and
technically
Trini.
has a thing for Trini
She
at
doesn't
this
have
point.
anybody else.
I'm gonna talk more about
Who's
that
gonna
at the
take care
end
of her
because I
now?
have a whole thing about that. You know I do.
Our team, we've never had to deal with something like this before. No, we have to tell her the truth. Otherwise, how's she going to get closure?
Billy, she's a kid. She's a kid, Billy. She doesn't need to know that we're Power Rangers.
She needs to know that Rita Repulsa killed her mom.
Like, that's the worst way to find out news. Like, come on, guys. Be aware of your surroundings. And now you have to go
I'm
have a.
glad that the previews that we got were clearly the A roll or the B roll
Mhm.
because there was some really rough acting in those preview trailers.
Well, look, like, okay, they're not perfect, but this is what I expect from Power Rangers.
No,
you know?
this was fine. I'm just saying the preview clips we got were clearly the outtakes or the rough cuts because they did not have some good acting in those. And this one is fine.
Yeah. I will say that little bit could have been done a tad bit better, but still, like I said, there are some nitpicks, but overall, this thing is it's so much fun and sad,
Hey,
but fun.
you all good?
Sorry, Uncle Zach. Time flies when I'm getting my sweat on.
Okay. We're meant to leave for the
Aw.
cemetery in 10 minutes.
Uncle Zach
You should clean up, get ready.
should have been your father.
We don't want to keep the others waiting.
I know. Hey, you think they've made any headway finding Robo Rita?
We can ask them when we see them.
Okay. Wait, one more thing. Did you get the flowers?
Flowers?
Thanks.
Seriously, like
I'll go take a quick shower.
Yes.
Order you a world's best guardian
coming
trophy,
from a
then
film
we can
student
leave.
standpoint,
Yes.
the cinematography on this is freaking gorgeous.
You know,
Better.
Billy always gives me a hard time whenever
It's
we're late.
a lot better than I thought it was.
Yeah, man.
Can't use "but I'm a busy congressman" as an excuse anymore. Sorry to mess you around. Today's not a day I've been counting down to, you know? Can't believe it's been a whole year.
I know. Seems like yesterday.
Okay, so he did call Dragon
Is it me,
Sword.
or did that
Come on.
sound like-
I had a thing about that earlier. I got to talk to you about.
Before we begin,
Well, I mean, they can pull that from almost anything.
unhappy
Yeah.
anniversary, Rangers!
That's Robo
That's a
isn't
deep
it?
cut.
An ambush.
She's mad about the 30th anniversary.
I love you all to get together on this special day. And
I wonder if Bryan
so
Cranston
busy
came back to voice
preparing.
Snizzard.
I even reforged some of my old minions.
Oh my god, I forgot his voice snizzer.
Snizzard and Minotaur.
Rows and rows of human graves. This place is beautiful.
Soon all
Dark.
of Earth will be like this. Good. We'll start with our Rangers.
Not if we end you first. I gotta help my team, but I need you to stay safe, okay?
She's the one who. We gotta take her down. I've been training for this.
Or no. World's Best Guardian says, do not move.
Hey, I'm surprised you got that hops in that age, Zach.
Zach is back.
Look, if he could be the Proto Janeway, he can do anything.
I'm late.
Okay, whose grave was that?
None of them even come.
Okay, that was Harvey
That's in the
Garvey.
machine.
I'm trying not to pause as much, but I will. I'm not gonna pause it. But I
Mine.
think it was a season 3 or season 2 episode, Lights, Camera, Action, where they went on TV. That's who that was. He was the host of the TV show.
What the? Jace!
A wonderful start to my collection.
Time to finish you.
Get her! Get her! You're the one who's finished. Show him, Snizzard! Gotcha!
You know what would help, Tommy?
Against my new
A Master
power.
Morpher or something, you know.
No chance.
It's my impression that he has the Master Morpher. That's why he
Fish in
is
a
green?
barrel.
Yeah.
Bring them to
Well, yeah.
me.
So it came in Dimensions in Danger, but that's why. So yeah, he can be anyone he wants to right now. He has it right now. This is set
what kind of
5
sick
years
game is this?
after that.
Oh, it's quite
Although
fun.
it's kind of
My
weird
machine
and
is
green,
draining
you would
their
think it'd be
Soon they'll be
white.
lifeless husks.
Well,
You can join
we
them.
know why he's green.
Well, we know why he's green specifically for this.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Zach, Billy!
We can't win here. Power down. Man, car, now!
The freaking Radbug 2. I'm so hyped for this.
Drive away.
Cowards.
I mean, it can't be a real car. I've never seen it on an episode of Top Tier.
End of the line. Roads closed. Your move.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Well played, Cranston. Fly while you can. Soon every Power Ranger will be where I want them. Much like your training.
Robo Rita really throwing in that shade about
No,
training.
I feel like her headstone would be more profound than this.
It would be, definitely.
That machine that Robo Rita is building, what does it do?
Honestly, something that uses our power made by Rita Repulsa, that's a bad mix. And if we don't put a stop to it, I don't think they're gonna make it.
Then we gotta destroy her.
We?
Yeah.
Look, this is Ranger business, not teenage girl that has homework due business, okay?
She killed Mom. This is personal. You know how hard I
You don't
trained.
understand it.
Let me finish. If Mom could do it, so can I. This is her legacy. I can help.
Man, I'm really sorry, but you can't. You're not a ranger,
Those monsters would overpower you in a second.
and we can't risk losing you too. Look, the best thing that you can do for everyone is just to stay out of trouble and let us sort this out.
Says the guy who caused all this.
Ooh.
We all know that if it wasn't for you, my mom would still be here.
It makes sense tonally
Stung, huh?
and character driven wise why he's
Good.
front and center. I mean, he is one of the big contributors to this project, but having it play out
Let's
this
get
way in the
past
story, I really
It
like
has the
that.
scanners we need.
Let's go.
Drip by drip, the delicious Ranger powers ebb away. Let's see how much I've stolen from them. Oh, how disappointing! This process is too slow. We need as many Rangers as we can get. I can round the lambs up for slaughter.
Not unless we can find them. If we can get them to morph, then it'll be my time to shine.
Good thing I know exactly what draws out a Power Ranger. No T-Rex, no pterodactyl, no green dragon power.
Okay.
Ay. We'll have to scan for something
I
else
wondered
if we want
why-
to find our friends.
Thanks, Alpha 9.
Alpha called
Oh,
Green Dragon
greetings,
power to the
Zach.
Dragon
And the
Zord,
people
but
upstairs only knew they had the world's smartest
he already
robot right
called
beneath
Dragon
their
Zord
feet.
earlier, so
Still such a charmer. It's good to see you again. Been a while.
also this is Alpha
I guess
9
life is
apparently.
busy when you're raising a teenager with attitude.
Oh, man definitely has attitude. Right, Billy? You all good?
Yeah. It's just, we haven't been in a mess like this since. Min's right. It really
We
is
first
all
met
my fault
Tommy.
that we lost Trini.
Oh, right.
Man,
That's what I
we're
would
trying to do
say.
something good.
Yeah. And look what happened.
I don't care what y'all go through.
A hint.
Tommy
Our
put
system
y'all
is
butts through
picking
the
up a
ringer.
Powerful presence.
Really? Maybe it's him or remnants of him from the Z-Wave. Alpha 8, we've got to converge the particles and draw them in.
Initializing Z-Wave energy reconstitution. It's working.
Zordon! Zordon, are you here?
Billy, I don't think that's Zordon. Malfunction. Billy,
Alpha!
you have to
What's happening?
get back.
Oh,
No.
Alpha Pimp Hand is strong.
Yes. After all these years, I'm free. It's time for revenge.
It's been 25 years, Rita. Calm down.
No, it can't be.
Fact check, Billy. You were looking for your precious Zordon. But when he sacrificed himself with the Z-Wave, it wasn't just his particles that spread across the universe. Get it? The
All right,
evil
I have
was
a
purged
lot-
from my being,
a lot
and the
to say
waves
about that.
scattered it across
I'll wait till
space.
the end, though.
Until today, when you put me back together, and I found a new body. Now, Rita Repulsa.
We're gonna say
will reign
like
again.
Palpatine and Rita Richter.
I need backup at the command center. It's Rita. I'll try to lure her outside, but
Oh, my poor predecessor.
Look, let's focus on the now. Robo
Hey, at least you didn't meet Alpha 1. You never want to meet Alpha 1, okay?
My monster scan has found something. Looks like a live video.
That man's a whole
It's
menace.
not Rita, it's putties. And it's not just Angel Grove, it's all over the world.
we knew she would return. We're prepared for this. Alpha 9, it's time.
Yes, sir. Attention, all Power
All right.
Ranger teams.
That's what Mega Ship, Turtle Grove, Terra Venture, Osaka.
Get to your assigned stations now.
If I remember the plan
I
correctly,
mean,
visitors.
the easiest guess would be
One.
Samurai,
One
but
minute, I'm helping out at JJ's junior
I don't
karate
see it.
camp, and the next I'm sneaking off to the bathroom to teleport. Seriously?
Just-
Vendora protocols.
it's just
have
like
me.
old times, Cat. You should know this.
Robo Rita's back?
Oh, come on, guys. Is this really another training exercise?
My head
Hello,
canon,
cause-
he's working with
Hello?
Carter.
I just healed
That
my leg.
that would be
It's not
fun.
training. Rita is back.
Well,
So
okay,
Tommy, Jason, Kim are
especially with
fighting
what he
No.
does later in the episode,
Unfortunately,
he gives off big
they've been
Carter Grace
captured,
energy.
so we need your
yeah,
help.
I can see it.
Ugh,
What, are you trying to join the arrow now?
not yet, you mean? You paid for what you did, Rita.
All right. So I have notes about this. Really, so if they're going with the whole angry teen, want revenge and everything, it should have been a bit darker. But they have the range for it with Netflix. That kick should have, kicked off the post. In my opinion,
Potentially.
yeah. Like show her if she can kick a putty and knock it back, she can destroy a post like that, especially with the training she's had from Trini. Come on now. Angry Ranger go hit.
It sounds like
I have one of those too.
Now we have an army of putties on our
Where I
hands.
put it? Oh,
What's
there it
next?
it's likely we'll find ourselves in a Megazord situation soon.
Billy and I took months getting the saber-toothed tiger Zord working without a Yellow Ranger.
So, Dino Megazord is off the table then without Jace and Kim?
Not quite. Alpha and I've been experimenting with the secondary connections of the grid.
We made these proxy power coins as a contingency. Now all of
Hey, I
you
have
can
those
use
too.
Dino powers.
Well, Zordon was very clear.
Right up there.
Duplicating active powers is very dangerous.
I don't care how dangerous too much pink energy is.
She said the
What's
thing.
danger?
Always a Ranger.
Too much pink
Definitely
energy.
count
Oh
us
my
in.
god, that's
All right.
a
First
running
up,
me.
There's been
See, the
injuries
thing that
reported
gets me
already in
is
Angel Grove. We cannot let
These
putties
two
run rampant
actively
anymore.
have other
That's the
powers
case.
that
Thank you.
were never taken.
Thank you.
It's morphin' time.
Thank you.
Like, I understand we're consistently going for Mighty Morphin,
Triceratops.
but like,
Tyrannosaurus.
I could just go Zeo Ranger 2 and Zeo Ranger
Now
5.
go Power Rangers!
So you know I plan to rewrite this entire thing, right? And I already had that in mind, right?
Oh, Will's talking.
Yeah. He's on.
Will's on the chat. Like, actually chatting on the phone.
You putties want to
See?
You found one.
Will said, hey, Will, you want to hop in?
All these years and they still
hop
sound
in
like
anytime
angry
if you can.
turkeys.
Then let's carve them up.
Also, I'm just gonna say it. Rocky just murdered that putty
My
in cold
Ranger
blood.
tracker has got a
Well, dude, look, that was
somebody's
big
have they?
Carter energy. He just
Are
pulled the
we
strap out. Pop,
surprised
pop.
by putty
Didn't waste
fake
no time.
work?
Martial
There's
arts.
a
Also,
reason
they
I'm in
crumble like they're
charge,
Zed
you
putties.
fools. Go to the grid
Like, come on
fluctuation
now.
coordinates and get the Ranger.
Aw,
Obi's
I
still
love
up
it.
there
Those
talking a
pieces
bit.
a thirst for power, and those
I'm gonna get to your first Morpher soon, Obi.
I already got him his first Decepticon.
Wait, didn't we get red and pink?
Different
Red.
Different pink, same powers.
Careful of Snizzard, Rocky. Don't get grabbed.
You couldn't have said this important information earlier.
We'll get you out of here, everybody.
This was the other thing I laughed at when I first watching it. It's will come up in a minute.
Yeah.
Back off! Come on, run! Everyone, follow me! This way!
Hey, Will, can you hear both us and the movie, like, at an equal volume? Can you tell me?
That's not good.
Sweet dreams. Curses.
Nice rotation on that kick. You still got it.
I never lost it.
Time to move.
Appreciate it.
The civilians here are safe.
On to the next fight.
Okay, so they say the civilians are safe, but there are two monsters in front of the building.
As long as they're
Right.
morphed.
All it takes is one explosion. Boom, done.
Seems they went to the park.
A nice place to grab a bite. Oh no! The team's about to find themselves in a
Oh
monster
no, he's got it.
sandwich.
Alpha, are you
This is a
spying?
worldwide
Okay.
alert to all Power Rangers.
So
Yeah.
I'm
You know,
guessing this is where Skull makes his money is off the food.
Yes, because he doesn't have to be there. Nor does Skull, which is why Skull.
No.
appeared.
I'm saying that's where Skull makes his money from Ninja Steel is this food thing.
Yeah, so in Samurai he pulls up in limousine. I think Bulk just chooses to live like that. So yeah, they're both with all the amount of crap that they've done in their years of being in Angel Grove and everything like that. They got money, and now we found out the legit reason why. And we like they were working and owning a resort at one point. They got moolah. Well, okay, so why we got to pause right here. So first of all, Alpha, why are you spying on random points in the city? I mean, I know it's y'all's job, but come on now, those kind of sus. Second of all, yeah, back to what Joe said. The civilians are safe, yet there are two monsters actively there that have the energy to potentially destroy not just one, but several blocks of buildings. I'm just saying. I get why they haven't destroyed them yet, but just saying. Anything you want to add before we get back to it?
No, it's just like this is at this point we're just nitpicking and
yeah.
3K'ing this thing because our hype has already died down and there's nothing really wrong. Like I'll tell you what my overall score or grade or whatever we're doing on this is.
Yeah.
Later on, but at this point now we're just gonna sit here and Tom Servo this thing to death.
Absolutely, that was the entire point. Like
at least until Linkara does it better than us here in a month or two.
I cannot wait for that episode. It's gonna be freaking hilarious.
He's probably gonna point out the same thing. It's like, so did Ninja give the original Rangers their coins back or what?
See, great minds think alike because Ninja was in my notes. Ninja has always been in my notes, especially with the amount of Rangers we've seen, classic Rangers we've seen.
I mean, I can make it more official. I have a new sidekick. He's just gonna make this rated R. That's all.
I mean, isn't that usually my job?
No, I mean just from language alone. He's very cranky. He's so cranky.
But Will agrees. Yeah, Ninja definitely. He either kept them or
he just forged
them.
new coins.
Yeah, so I know he definitely forged new Ninja coins. And my big theory is that he just because the original coins like we saw in Always a Chance and In Space, they weren't destroyed. The Ninja coins, they were vaporized into dust, atomized. The original coins just had a power overload and were damaged, not destroyed.
I thought Ninja made the new coins out of the old coins.
No. So
it's been forever.
Yeah, so the original coins were damaged in a power overload, damaged. They went to go find new powers, and they were given new coins with the ninja suits and everything. So those were brand new coins. So when they got destroyed, vaporized by Zed in season 3, or if you want to call it Alien Rangers, that's why in Space, Adam invoked the Mastodon coin and not Black Ranger power because those powers were destroyed. But yeah, so that's just your little Ranger history notes at that point. We're gonna get back to it real quick. We'll give more of our notes at the end. I'm gonna try not to pause as much as I can. But yeah, Joe's right. We're just gonna nitpick the hell out of this, even though we freaking love it. So let's go.
Tar is tracking you. As long as you're morphed, he can find you. You must power down. Do you hear me? Power down or he'll find you.
Yeah, power down in the middle of saving somebody. That takes a lot, Alpha.
Y'all heard that right?
Well, we don't know where they are, so it could just be it's you, a random stranger.
They followed us here.
Ruin them, Snizzard.
My pleasure.
Power down.
I've seen that movie.
Y'all know there are cameras in this new age, right?
Rangers.
Right?
Look, my new scans picked up activity in a concentrated spot on the lunar surface.
Rita's Moon Palace.
If she's making herself at home, then our friends and Rita's machine must be there too.
What's that?
It's an incoming call.
We got the protocol alert. Our ship is zooming to you from the Sirius system.
Adam.
Okay, so this officially marks that they were over talking to Doggy Kruger.
Yes.
It always is.
So, she got Jason, Kimberly, and Tommy.
You know, this is just 2 years before official
I'm not even going
SPD
to tell
prior,
JJ
right?
what happened to his father because he'll be home soon. We're going to get Tommy, all of them back today.
Right. You've got this.
Oh, and Billy, that stealth tech you designed for us. It's a game changer.
Hey.
You're very welcome.
Called it.
Being invisible
Billy
has
has a
definitely
tech
helped our
company.
team's run-ins with the Trubian Empire.
Safe travels, okay?
Ah, there we go. Trubian Empire.
Good
Yep.
luck.
Cranston Technologies.
So
Ooh,
what
wow.
now?
Well,
They're technically Space Patrol Alpha.
Yes.
in every town, you can't
So
walk.
they're the original Alpha Squad.
People aren't safe.
Which
You
makes
gotta do
sense
something.
why the
Now we know Rita's on the moon, right?
Nick, it's already
why not
canonized in the
just
comics and everywhere.
Crash
Sure,
party.
couple. Let it go. Kim
Today.
had her
Will get in the way. Unless we can draw them out.
hey,
Kim had her
look.
chance to the point where
That's a good thought. I
Kim
bet you I could
literally
develop something
did
that
a
will keep
Dear
them away
John
from the
letter
moon
to
and
Tommy.
Keep them away from us.
Yeah, man.
I bet
Look,
you I can use that
after that,
technology
ain't no
I've developed
coming
for
back.
Adam and Aisha.
I bet you can too.
we will play
That
the
big
theme
brain of
song
yours.
from Dear John.
They're made
That
of
is an
metal, right?
actual thing
Maybe we can exploit
I
that.
grew up with.
Oh no!
Look,
Is that?
if anything, I feel like Jason and
Man.
Kim may have,
Ay, ay, ay.
got together. But that's a whole conversation for a whole different video.
Now, honestly, I was actually expecting both to be here.
I would. It would have been nice, but you
It
know,
wouldn't have been
I
Skull because I knew he would. He's not. He's in the money and whatnot.
yeah.
But if we're a year
guys are in for a
afterwards, or
treat.
what, however long afterwards, I honestly got expected
It's
both to be
morphin'
here.
time!
Yeah.
Saber-tooth tiger!
You didn't hit the other button.
No. Yeah. You gotta hit the button. You gotta open it. You gotta do the whole thing. It's a whole process. Man, let me show you how it's done. It's more for time. See, just like that.
Or you do it my way. You just yell Dino Buckler.
See, she has enough reaction time to dodge some of the attacks. Like, she's been trained very well. Oh yeah, hey, watch this, because this gets really brutal in a lot of different ways.
And the only good thing I can think of here in a moment. Oh my God! It's the hardest part of the counter.
By God, that woman had a family.
No, the new quote is it's the hardest part of the ring, so now it's the hardest part of the counter.
Messing with this place was a big mistake.
I mean, he's not wrong. It's hollow ground. You don't touch the juice bar.
You know how much work went into getting this set back to code?
Hip hop keto. Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Are you breakdance fighting?
Yes, he is.
Ah, yes. We're back in that era of Power Rangers where you shout your attacks before they end.
So, I love Zach with his own hip hop kiddo, but how much more awesome would he have been if he had like went full capoeira?
Ah, yes, capoeira.
Wanted to be
The
like
most
Mom.
useless of the fighting
Deliberately
techniques.
disobeyed me.
Ooh, you
Let's
in
go.
trouble. Yo, should have been your daddy.
It's just
Said
what we
you
I
in
want to
trouble.
see anybody in capoeira
Davis
do a
just got
hallway
back from the youth
fight.
center, so we'll head over and get set up soon.
Great.
Okay, yeah.
Awesome place.
That's why you know
Who
multiple
knew Cranston
styles,
Tech was hiding all this?
and you mix.
Not the public.
This is why
Makes
Eddie
sense.
Gordy
Place.
lost to Lucky
This
Chloe.
place is secret.
It was a
so
hallway
let's,
fight.
keep it that way, okay?
She's gonna need to talk.
Well,
Can I help?
no, Billy, you're gonna make it worse.
Thanks. I got this. The plan needs you. It's urgent.
Ooh, Kimbo will be
All right,
good too.
We'll be back soon.
That's a good style for you. But yeah, going back up to Black. Well, yeah, so Adam and Aisha, they
Pleasure
are
to meet you.
SPA,
Sorry,
Special Patrol
Alpha.
Alpha, but it's all
Can we have the room?
Special Patrol Delta pretty much.
No problem, Zach. My
Is this a different
sensors are
quadrant?
detecting a vibe.
Come on.
Honestly, a Power
Okay,
Ranger
wait,
Hall.
I'm confused. He says the hallway scene belongs to the One. Does that mean
If I thought
Daredevil
this was gonna get
or
you in
Bruce
trouble, I
Leroy
never would've
Jr.?
told you the
I'm
truth.
confused.
I'm
Billy,
gonna say Daredevil.
He insisted.
But
thought it'd
Bruce
be good
Leroy
for you
Jr.
closing
has
all
the
that.
glow.
But here we are,
Yeah,
in a
he
full-on
does.
crisis, and you're trying to play Ranger.
What's wrong with that? All of you and Mom did exactly the same thing. I'm just following her example.
Yeah, but
Isn't that a
they
good
had
thing?
Zordon. Well, I don't know if that was any better though.
Well, it's
What do you
not
think it means
any
to be a
better
Ranger?
for us because we
Thinking
know what
bright,
he did in the
2
60s.
clips, having
Oh yeah, we do.
It's hard.
I know. But someone needs to do justice on
Okay,
the
okay. You know
bad
what? I really can't hold it anymore. Gotta stop. All right, this is probably the last time I'm gonna pause for a while. Now coming from the writer's standpoint, they want this to be like a tragedy, a tragic, thing. Trini passing, the kids feeling the revenge and everything. Great. What would have made it thematically better, which is hinted in the comics and in the shows at some point. Men should have been Zach and Trini's actual daughter. The entire conflict should have been rooted around. Oh, thank you for the random noodles. Food. Ow, I made myself wet. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Yeah, men should have been their daughter, and then with the death of his wife, her mother, the conflict of Zach trying to remain in we need to get justice and protect the earth while wanting revenge, but knowing that revenge won't solve anything, with his kid seeking revenge and having to deal with that as a parent and a ranger. What we're getting now is great. Don't get me wrong. But thematically, that would have been so much better. Anyway.
Mildly disagree because they've already been parents once and have already lost one child.
Well, yeah. And if they had made that canon and put it in here, that would have made it even worse. But that's the whole thing. Anyway, yes, brother Nick, I did make myself wet. Noodles, it's a thing. Anyway, we're gonna keep going, and I'm gonna just shut up for a little bit while I eat my noodles.
Rita killed Mom.
Yes, she did.
She needs to go down. And I'm ready. I'm happy to do it.
No, you're not.
Whatever it takes.
There are other Rangers I
Why
can talk
won't
to
that
about
thing
this,
work?
specifically the 6 Rangers. They seem to have an ability
Billy, what
to
you want
put more
It's not
finality on
justice,
things.
It's revenge. When I was your age, my mentor told me that only monsters seek revenge. That's what Rita's doing now. She was defeated by the Rangers, and now she wants to even.
Let it be known that Zordon
But
has
she
never
did.
said
That's
that,
why she-
so we're
Yeah.
talking about probably a
Did what she
senior
did.
congressman.
Trini.
Yeah. Also,
A mission of revenge.
They're very
Zordon
pro
beat-
monster. It's good for the
It's not gonna
economy.
work for you.
Zordon beat Rita. The Rangers never actually touched
What
Rita.
about what I want? Maybe it's
If
not
they
your
did,
call.
they would have got their ass handed to them.
You want to be a hero? It's
Go get yourself a
selfless
belt.
path. It's not always easy, but I do my best. Setting aside your ambitions can be a good thing, like me, making sure that you have a good life and a home.
It was worth giving up your career in Congress for me.
You are absolutely worth it.
Plus, I have
You can
tenure, so
understand
I'll
that.
always get government benefits.
And you can understand how hard Billy
Then
is
there's
trying
that,
to
yeah.
fix what he set in motion. Zordon sacrificed himself for us long ago. We never met him. He was our mentor, but almost a father figure.
And an asshole.
Sometimes.
Billy was trying to bring him back.
Just go ahead and say it out.
He didn't know this would happen.
So there are some points where Zordon definitely had a.
He had
not
moments.
not the greatest.
Stay here while we
moments.
execute our plan, okay? Yeah. And don't worry. We saved the world before.
It was a two-parter.
And then a three-parter. And then you went to Switzerland. And then now you're back.
Now to really pack a punch.
You should have been in the
All right,
movie.
Kat, lift her up.
I like that this proves that Cat has a license to operate heavy machinery.
So I mean, like, I think
So,
in
this
Soul,
thing's used to sort old scrap, huh?
Soul of the Dragon,
Yeah.
isn't she a teacher too?
Minotaur and
I
Snizzard
think
sure fit
so.
that definition.
Yeah.
All right, we're set.
I don't really see her doing the whole stay-at-home wife thing.
Let's bait the trap.
I mean,
It's Morphin time. Triceratops.
she could be a ballet dancer or ballet trainer.
All right, we're set. They could be here any second, so look sharp.
Always do.
Every ranger we
See,
catch
okay.
gives us another
He just
push to
ad-libs.
the finish line.
I'm not
Okay,
gonna pause
so-
it.
I never believed in their whole
Okay, I am gonna
teamwork.
pause it. Sorry. Okay, go ahead, Jokes. I got something to say.
Okay, so I understand how he can get most of he gets Connor and I can't remember Abereye Killer's actual name in
All right,
English.
so in the row he has Devin from Beast Morphers, he has Carlos, he has Nate from Beast Morphers, he has all the male cast except for Magnum Defender of Lost Galaxy. He has Connor and he has Trent. And on the
Trent.
other side,
Wait,
was,
wait. I thought that's gold. That's not silver.
no, yeah, up top, Nate.
Right there.
Yeah,
Yeah, I hate when they
yeah.
do that. We
Yeah,
have so many
so-
questions. It's okay. We have so many incorrect answers.
yeah. So on this side they have
The other side, they have Tanya.
which honestly, if Adam knew, because headcanon, they're married, it's a whole thing. If Adam knew that his wife was
No,
captured,
he is now
pissed.
married to Scorpina. We've seen that.
No, I refuse. I'm like Nick on this one. I
Look,
refuse.
it's a darker timeline. You don't get to choose who you marry sometimes.
This is true. But yeah, on the other side, he has Jason, Kimberly, and Tommy. Phantom Ranger, that's a whole thing. Ashley,
Tanya.
the blue Beast Morpher Ranger, and who was the other one?
The
There's
Phantom
one more
Ranger,
over there.
you really got to realize the Phantom Ranger has only two real powers: invisibility and call a big truck.
How do you catch somebody who's invisible?
Heat sensors,
This is
energy
true.
detection.
They are
The man
more.
is pause it again.
Power for me.
Where's the other side? I'm
Pause it
trying to
again.
do-
Here's something that you're forgetting that we've both read.
Oh yeah, I
That
forgot.
man can't unmorph
No,
and
he
is
cannot.
nothing but morphing energy. He's like the easiest thing to detect in the world for these people.
Yes, this is true. Also, Will says use cookies. Cookies are a weakness, man.
Is that what he's calling? What's her name now? Cookies?
Who? Oh. That's a very deep reference. But yes, Rita did go on a Ranger Rampage. This is okay. This has very very much several different hints of Dimensions in Danger just put into an actual movie. Because Joe, if the whole thing, they tried to recreate Shattered Grid by stealing Ranger powers and turning them into robots. Yeah, it was a whole thing. This is kind of like that, but she's using just the energy, not the robots.
So the other thing that confuses me on how some of these Rangers get kidnapped is that they are vastly more some of these Rangers are vastly more powerful.
Thank you.
than the Mighty Morphin, like Wild Force or Lost Galaxy.
Oh yeah, that's what
really
it was.
has super modes.
Yeah,
they all have Lights of Orion power ups. You're telling me 3 Lights of Orion powered up Rangers got taken down by 2 basic cyborg monsters?
Well, if they're not with the full team, they can't use it. Remember, that's a stipulation.
How did Connor lose? He has 2 different Battleizer forms.
He was at soccer practice and got taken off guard.
He has more yo-yo snake arms than Snizzard does.
I mean, I'm questioning how Trent got caught. Trent walked through his Rangers and then walked through several bad guys. So he should have. It should have been.
Connor has accordion limbs.
He really does. They also caught Merrick, which honestly, that's not too hard.
Merrick's easy. All you got to do is capture his wife and beat him in a pool game. That's it.
Well, usually he's by himself. Like,
no,
always.
he's with his wife now. I guarantee you they're married.
I would hope so, because
But I guarantee you they just snuck up on him in a pool tournament.
Probably. Let's see.
Someone just broke out Lucille on him.
Ashley.
If you don't know what that one is, that's an older cut for you kids. Jeffrey Breakout Lucille.
Ashley, I want to say she was visiting Earth because there's no way she would be in space with her team or her husband and be captured without a fight. Honestly, it would be Andros there with her if they got captured together. That's just me.
No, see, here's the thing I know about this. Andros is now a stay-at-home dad and will never leave KO-35. You know I'm not wrong, which is the bad part. Were there any Ninja Storm minis? No, because they actually are competent ninjas.
Yeah, no, they know how to ninja better than any other ninja ever in this universe.
Okay, so we'll just say for good measure that Osaka is guarded by Jetman.
Okay.
And that's why they're fine, because Rita doesn't want any of Guy Yuki.
No, she does not. That man is a beast, and we love him very much.
That man comes back from death more times than Mick Foley.
Okay, before we get back to it, let's see.
Oh no, Operation Overdrive, they just comedically like it's like the thing of getting shot, but you bend down to tie your shoe at the exact moment.
Yeah.
They literally shenanigan their ways out of not getting captured.
Honestly, the only person I can really see being truly incompetent enough to be captured would be Dax. And then I can definitely hear the monsters saying, "Shut up, Dax."
And then as for RPM, no one's going to mess with the Blue Ranger. He's Scottish.
No, he's Scottish. And then, of course, you don't mess with Dylan. Look, the man's half cyborg, half human, all Ranger. You don't mess with Dylan. You don't mess with Dylan. All right, we're going to get back to it.
Keep going. We're going to be at this for a while.
We're going to be at this for a while.
Like, why were they not captured? Here's reason X.
Here's reason X why you don't. Obviously, there's a reason you don't see Carter Grayson out there. You don't want smoke with Carter Grayson. I'm leaving it at that. We're going to get back started.
That is.
Another 3 Rangers just morphed in Angel Grove.
Shall we?
It's the same 3 Rangers. You should know that.
Ooh, higher power levels than I thought.
Okay, we're bringing power levels into this? Oh, God.
Bingo.
This isn't
Surprise,
Kamen Rider.
Right there is
that actually had power levels. Build. Kamen Rider Build actually had power levels.
What is this?
Like your hairy friend said, a surprise.
Thanks. I hate it.
So that's this was technically already finished before
Affirmative. The
his
powerful
passing.
electromagnetic field will prevent them from teleporting
Of course, with
away.
everything that he was
Phase 1
dealing
dusted.
with,
Yes.
I can see why he wouldn't want to do it, especially focus on his movie. And then
You're letting them live?
Amy Jo
That doesn't
Johnson has
seem
already
right, does
said
it?
that
What if they get loose?
it wasn't
This
the
is
money
the
dispute or anything. It was just
all-out destruction is rarely the most.
they had
optimal
other
strategy.
projects going on
So
at the time.
hold on.
Now, where are those stealth tech projectors?
So Billy says outright destruction is rarely used.
Right.
I'm sorry. How many of these things have you just outright cut down with the giant power sword?
Exactly. You know, Power Blaster much?
It's like, no, we outright destruction is never a good thing.
Okay, well, hang on. Now that you brought it up, I do have some. We are roughly 2 years out from SPD, the season proper, which is set in 2025. So, if outright destruction isn't readily the first thing you go to now in this day and age, then that means the whole, aliens and monsters from the Mystic Forest and the whole thing, the whole living amongst humans, that's either in effect and we just don't see it, or it's about to be and they're trying to, because we have seen several monsters who either choose to not be evil but are just stuck in different bad ways, or they actually have honor or morals.
Oh yeah, Cassie had that one bumblebee monster that was good until it was driven nuts.
Yeah, so it's definitely could be the reason. Like I said, I'm glad we got some reference to SPD in general, whether it's Special Alpha or not, in this, because it's 2023 right now and inside the universe. 2025, there should be flying cars like the Rad Bug and aliens walking around with humans side by side, holding hands, kumbaya, and playing basketball. So yeah, that's why I said that's why I believe he said, they don't readily destroy them anymore. But I mean, bro.
Well, I mean, that's in the East Coast. They're over in the West Coast.
This is true. But yeah, so yeah, I do remember him stepping away from Hasbro. And I do wish there was a way that it could have all worked. And I plan to incorporate that in my rewrite. But
there was a way to make it work. They did make it work. It's called ADR and not telling anybody.
That is true. That was definitely Kim's voice, and Jason's
that was definitely
voice.
Trini's voice, Kim's voice, Jason's voice, and Tommy's voice.
Yeah,
I guarantee you, either they got a small check, or they, much like Han, Luke, and Leia, they signed over their likenesses and voice rights to the company, because that's actually a Star Wars thing, is that they signed their likenesses over to Lucas, not expecting Star Wars to get as big as it was, and they are all kicking themselves for that.
Yep.
Also, when thinking it, why do we not have a Luke Skywalker animated series?
I'll raise you one better. Why do we not have a Power Rangers animated series?
Animation is expensive, and we have enough Super Sentai anime as it is anyways right now. I'm watching the new one, Marginal Service.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that eventually. I'm also gonna watch the what's the one with
the next season we got Loser Ranger.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one I'm planning on watching. I'm excited for that one. But yeah. And honestly, with them being on Netflix now and being part of Hasbro has put out some very decent G.I. Joe and Transformers animated projects. So come on, step it up. Give us Power Rangers in animation. All right, we're going to keep this going because we're getting close to the wire here. I mean, I don't have anything to do tomorrow, but still.
Just in the vault again.
We owe.
These are one use only.
Ooh,
so be careful.
Star Wars What If series?
And it protects a subatomic diffraction field that covers infrared and ultraviolet light.
I mean, isn't that kind of visions? Well, no, not really.
Love it.
No.
Rita will never see phase 2 coming.
Robots got jokes.
We'll be back soon. And when
Not
that
good
happens, I
ones,
need you
but
to be here. I'll keep you company.
Hey, look, they're better than Alpha 6, okay? Anything that we hear from any Alpha is better than Alpha 6.
Nice.
Yo.
Let's make it quick.
Stop it.
Alpha, send us to Rita's lair.
On it.
Ah, that's my foot.
Oops. Ow.
Okay,
Sorry.
this is funny.
I know I have heavy feet. Better get ready for what's coming.
And teenager goes off the rails in
Uncle Zach told me what being a hero
3,
means.
Guess I'll warm up the volcano.
2,
mind if I borrow?
One. There you go.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Okay, thanks, bye.
But, ay, 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 ay.
Maybe too much of a flex. Overdone.
Uncle Tommy's, Jason's, Kimberly's.
The music, though.
Why won't you fly?
Hey! Hey! Help! Look after my boyfriend!
Hero practice won't hurt.
What if Finn was trained by Mace Windu? He would use the word F a whole lot more.
Move, move!
Other effort, that was a long pull.
What a mess.
Yeah. Okay. That screen, I noticed that immediately. I was like, oh, cringe.
What?
When she was driving the rat bug in the sky and then she waved back at them, I noticed the green screen. It gave me
You
a
don't remember me from the cemetery?
immediate
You
cringe.
messed with my people. And your boss killed my mom.
We work for an intergalactic war criminal. You'll need to be a lot more specific.
That's a good joke.
I'm Min.
It really is.
And you're about to face the saber-toothed tiger.
Want. Time for you.
They would still be very tired parents because they're raising twins.
Now what do we have here? Another kid playing the hero. I tend to make that difficult.
Yeah,
Ask your mom.
you do. Okay, seriously,
Can't
we
morph?
get it, Rita. You
Then
killed
I'll
her.
take you
Stop
down the old-fashioned
harshing
way.
on Trini. You're being really mean right now. Flat. Nope.
Praying mantis style, just like Trini.
You're getting beat up by a whole robot right now.
Child, that's being squashed like a bug running the
You know,
family.
if she was a master of Tai Shin Pek Wan, this would have already been over.
Or Pai Sha.
Ryan was a Kim Possible joke.
I know.
Playtime's over.
I do like that it's still called Pandora Palace.
Yes. Yes, weave. And she gets hit. Oh my god, it's the Mighty Morphin Stealth Rangers. That was okay. That was a sick effect. I really liked that. How you did
Well, it looks like we've got.
I needed to have a pop sound when they come back.
Project all to ourselves now.
Perhaps.
like the instant
Strategy might have
transmission.
worked for now, but it's not going to last for long.
Man, they got a lot more rangers than I expected.
Oh no,
This
Carlos!
is a piece of work.
He was at soccer practice too.
Look at you.
Actually, you know what? No, he was at soccer practice with Connor. They both got
Because they're created
blindsided.
these
There you go.
And they were training
What does your
JJ's
scanner
camp.
say?
No, wait.
My
he was at a
readings
karate
show
camp.
that
Yeah.
their energy is
Wait,
connected to our
why
friends.
would you have a karate camp?
If we don't destroy that
Right, your
monster,
dad's the greatest
we
martial
can't move
artist on
any
the
of them
earth, on the
without causing
planet.
them harm.
So back to the
So,
junkyard, or
What is that?
His
no.
dad's Master Mao?
That's what she's been up to.
Is that some kind of space show?
No, it's a space.
And again,
Rita's creating a time portal.
That's what she came out of back when we.
Yes, when Zordon recruited.
be
us.
right back.
Rita's
Dying.
trying to contact her
Oh,
younger
God.
self.
is that because of the
Why?
cat porn the kid had?
So
Oh,
many
God.
reasons.
Man, are you
Are
okay?
those figures the lightning figures who was going to be able to
They
possibly?
are, they're not. They are
Have
different.
you figured out,
The different
Billy?
made
Or
pictures.
has my
They're
genius
bigger
surpassed even
than
you?
lighting figures.
Let me guess. A Rita reunion, and then some scheme to conquer the galaxy.
Not bad. I'll pass through this portal and give years of knowledge to my younger self, making us absolutely unstoppable.
You only
We'll
know
kill your
up until
two-good
space,
teenage
though.
selves in their sleep before Zordon even
I mean, it's
thinks
5
to
years,
make
but
you
still.
Rangers.
You think you can rewrite 30 years of
Well,
history
8
for some
years,
tin
give or
pot
take.
gadget?
Careful! Your friends are charging my machine faster than I could have dreamed, so I don't need you anymore.
I'll take out Snoozer. You get the others.
You know she can hear you,
know,
right?
Your mom will be a first for me, Min. I've never killed anyone twice before.
Rita, if you mention her one more time, fuck you. Whack. Whack. Oh, well, at least they were not cat and didn't whack her too. You just got thrown.
Oh, Cranston. What a waste!
Okay. Before we get to the finale, I gotta say this. Again, this goes back to the if Robo Rita is throwing this much hands now, I can only imagine what regular Rita would have done if she had just got off her ass, get rid of the headaches, and thrown some bowls. I'm just saying.
Well, they were tension headaches, so any sort of movement would have made them worse.
That's the only reason the Rangers survived, and I'm sticking to it, because if she had thrown hands with her magical abilities, like this robot is doing, come on, bro. Come on.
Well, the robot can't get a headache, though.
They would have never. They mentioned that in here, actually. It's hilarious. But yeah, they would have never stood a chance if Rita had just been like, you know what? Here's a spell to stop you from moving. Boom, you're done. Goodbye, let's go. All right. Here's the finale, guys. We're gonna stop.
I mean, I can answer that question really easily on why she never did that. It was not in the Sentai footage.
Yeah.
I mean, all she had to do is contact that one kid that kills Barai.
Really? You just had to go there?
Yes.
I'm sad. I'm sadder now.
I mean, just be glad we never had a wedding episode. One of these guys would have been dead on a bench.
Okay, on that, we're gonna finish this episode.
I can keep going for a while.
He can, and we're gonna finish it because we can stop him from going because he can go the entire next hour for this. This is the finale. We're gonna watch it. Let's get going. 3, 2, 1, bow.
She died for you, and now you'll share her fate.
You couldn't have done this earlier.
Back up and go.
Ah, my back.
She didn't quite explode like her mother did, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was dark, but
yes.
yeah.
This brings back memories.
Man.
Again, if that was his daughter, like their daughter, it would have been a whole lot more emotional impact.
What a tragedy.
That's just me.
That's what being
I'm very
selfless gets you.
I'm very dark when it comes to my writing. Just saying.
Not as dark as I can get.
People die.
Man, can you hear us? Man.
Oh God. Okay, I really like this. This is a very
This
very
was
awesome
a
to see
little.
Mom? I saw. Oh, thank goodness. No way.
What is this?
Hey, I wonder if the Green Morphin Master had anything to do with that.
You know what this means, right?
I would have liked if just like one scene was from Jew Rangers. Like, who's that dude? Is that Dad?
Yeah. It's men in time.
Morphin time! Pterodactyl!
God, I love the updated effects. It's so cool.
Power Rangers!
And the glare. Ooh! Drip!
Worked.
You're a ranger.
Drip.
Ranger!
Putties! Surround them!
It's just not the
Time for
same when
phase
they
3
don't
of the
come in
plan.
line dancing.
Did we plan a phase 3? Let me guess. Phase 3 is laying the smackdown?
They were very good interpretive
Precisely.
dancers. I'll give them that.
Maybe
Especially in
watching you
season
die
2.
will cure my headache.
You're a robot. You can't have headaches.
Love it.
Oh my God, she stabbed him.
Cat, you're clear.
Thanks, Rock.
Think twice. You don't want to hurt your tiny little friends.
She's right.
He doesn't
To
take
free
out
them,
the
we have
trash
to
enough.
destroy Snizzard.
Bink.
Good luck with
Right.
that. I'm green. I don't understand. What did I do?
Why am I large before being enlarged?
Hey, thank you. Exactly. I won't get back myself.
Arise, Snizzard!
She's distracted.
Let's see them try to.
I'm gonna murder her. Well, that's second-degree murder.
Yeah.
That's enough out of her.
Double tap, Billy. Come on. Come on. You know that. You know this.
One problem down. Can you handle that hairy bot?
Oh, easy.
Anything I can do?
You're with me. We're going big. Alpha, we need dinosaur power now.
You got it.
Go
Billy.
big or go home. Okay.
I feel like
This
the
right.
line was cut.
Yeah. This right here is pure, unadulterated badass. The recreation of that sequence
Swords to lunar
was
surface
beautiful.
in 3, 2, 1.
Hold on, man. Time for battle mode.
Whoa!
All of this is just gorgeous. Even though it's a bit boxy,
how
it
the
still
heck
looks
do you drive
really
this thing?
good.
Do what I do. You'll find it second nature.
Okay. Here he comes.
Okay, so yeah, if I had to pick anyone
this
out of the cast that
the
was the
coolest.
weakest as far
All
as
right,
the
you big
acting
lizard.
part,
Come catch these hands.
it will be Billy. I don't. It's not intentional. It's just. It's definitely been a while for him.
Direct hit.
I mean, Billy is our resident Spock, so
Don't
emotion is not on the thing.
Yeah.
So you're fighting dirty. Yes!
Come on.
My club!
Rocky, now!
So let it be known that he stabbed him in the crotch.
Yes.
Not gonna lie, Rocky, that was pretty hardcore.
Yes, it
Well,
was.
Stabbed him in
Pieces
the
off
dick.
the menu. Billy, how's the reptile?
As cold-blooded as ever. But we have room for 3 more in here.
Copy that.
So it's just me left. Good. I'll have you all to myself.
Oh, yeah. I have been looking forward to this.
Together.
See, you should have double tapped. Even on a robot, you double tap.
Can't keep a bad witch down.
You know, especially on a robot, you double tap.
Heads up! He's still coming!
Tell well, it was super effective.
They thought they could stop me, but my masterpiece is fully charged. Finally, I can rule with my younger, prettier self.
I can't wait to see me again!
Can we get this thing on its feet?
Is that what I think it is?
Oh, great. The portal. We gotta move.
System's back online. Just have to. There. Up we go. Mega power sword. Now.
Now they will come, and then she will be free! My past and my future!
Looks like a giant space dumpster. Let's open her up.
Yes!
They're astronauts at their finest.
And so, it begins!
What do you think? Time to end this?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah!
So this was hilariously bad for me.
Yeah, not the biggest fan of that.
I'm just gonna stab him in the kidney and boom.
Yeah, I mean it was energized, yeah, but
What a way to go.
I'm just gonna poke you in the kidney.
My scissors
you're right.
and my snakes!
Now this next part I really do like.
The Rita Renaissance begins! After 10,000 years, I'm free!
Sit down. Shut up.
Rocky, get the other Rangers, quick!
Right behind you. Take the shot, Cat.
What? With pleasure. Time to conquer! I'll kill you all!
No, you won't.
Do it, Zach!
This
was another disappointing area for me.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like that explosion should have been so much bigger and so much slower.
Is she gone?
Or since y'all are all together,
it's over.
Do the friggin'
Like I
power
said,
cannon
man,
or the
We always save the world.
yeah.
You missed all the action, but I'm glad you made it. All
Power
the rescue
blaster, there you go.
rangers are securing your spaceship's med
Oh,
bay
hey, Adam and
in
Aisha made
stable
it.
condition.
Well,
6 hours late.
Our course for Aquitar is all set. The equations will fix them up in no time. You sure you don't want to join us, Billy? You know, Sestria did say she missed you.
Yes, go home and see your fish wife. I'm
No,
so
but
glad
I'll
they
be there
confirmed
soon.
that.
I still have some company matters that I gotta tie up before I can get back to my old adventures.
Look at you. You've missed the travel, haven't you?
It is nice to have something new to focus on. But once the equations get everyone back to normal size and back in action, all of this will be over.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride. But I'm ready to get back to JJ. Being a parent is almost as challenging as being a ranger.
You think that's tough? I didn't even get lunch.
Especially when he
Somebody
joins the
threw out my
SPD Academy.
noodles.
Sorry.
Relax, relax. Don't blow a circuit. I'm just kidding.
Even though they're small, we shouldn't keep our fellow Rangers waiting. It was great catching up.
I love the fact that this really is the first time
I'm glad the Saber
Adam,
Tiger legacy is in
Zach,
good hands.
Aisha,
It's an
Kat,
honor.
Rocky, all are the
Time
same
to fire
thing.
up
Like
the teleporter.
same Billy and
sounds
Zach
good.
with the
Let's go,
season
Rocky.
2 and season 3
Inputting
Rangers.
all of your coordinates now.
Really
Until
awesome.
next time, may the power protect you all.
And you.
I love how Adam didn't even say anything. He just nods. He's like, "Yeah, what's up?"
So what do you think?
Well, I mean, he's not for the Church of Zordon.
Love the vintage aesthetic. And if I'm late for class, teleporting will be clutch.
Only if no one's looking, okay?
Okay.
Look at this place. I mean, it's as if nothing's changed. It's just a little bit smaller, maybe.
Maybe we've grown.
Yes, you
Two
have.
more smoothies.
You're old
I
men.
don't know if you
You're
still
old
have
men
onions.
now,
Sure.
and still look good.
Can I get you anything while I'm away? A souvenir from Miranoi, maybe.
I don't know.
I love that.
You won't be gone too long, will you? Mom always said she missed you when you were in space. I mean, I'll miss you and...
Min?
It's just, before you go. All that stuff. Mom's passing. I said it was your fault, and that wasn't fair. You couldn't have known what would happen to Rita, or what would happen to Mom.
You didn't say anything about me that I haven't told myself a million times.
No, but for real, I should be thanking you. If you hadn't pushed Zach to share the truth about Mom, I don't know how I would have handled everything.
Yes, because telling me that my mother drowned and you never found
You're
the
a
body
good
would have
kid.
been so much better.
Yeah,
We're all looking out for
yeah, yeah,
And I'm really glad you looked out for me too.
yeah.
I mean, Rita's blast? I had to. Your family. Gotta protect your family.
Oh God, I can hear the car revving. Where's Dom? Y'all talking about
Is that why
family?
you thought it was okay to borrow my flying car?
Okay, that was Ranger business.
I'm sorry. The Radbug is proprietary technology. You're grounded.
You think you can ground me? No, it is not working.
You're grounded.
Look at you two. Oh, man. She's so much like... Trini would be proud.
You just reminded me. After Rita blasted me, I got a weird flash. These memories.
Memories?
Yeah, just pull it out in broad daylight, man. Come on now. I know you're new to this, but still.
Rangers, being heroes.
You
It's
can't
an
just
optimal
whip it
condition.
out willy-nilly.
Nothing out of the ordinary, but who knows? The morphing grid is a pathway to infinite.
I bet he never gave it back either.
He really didn't.
What were the memories like?
Also, I love that line. The
was weird.
morphing grid is an infinite path
It was
to
like
infinite possibilities. Yes,
felt
it
how much
is.
all of you meant to her.
She meant a lot to us, too. She was a great friend. The best.
The best. I wouldn't even be here if she didn't overcome her fear of heights and get me out of a really nasty cliffhanger.
Mom was afraid of heights.
Oh yeah, episode 2.
Okay.
High five.
What else didn't she tell me?
That time that shell shock made her run and she couldn't stop.
Wasn't that the weirdo with the traffic light on his back?
A traffic light man?
Nope,
No,
it was a
wasn't
turtle.
man. It was a turtle.
A turtle?
We have to tell everything.
Oh my goodness.
We're not paying you a cent for this.
What life may held in store. Winds of change will rearrange our lives more than before. But you'll never stand alone, my friend. Memories never die. In our hearts, they'll always be. And never say
Rest in peace, you two.
bye.
You are missed. I love that they recreated that. It was beautiful. Loved it. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was Mighty Morphin Power Rangers once and always. Yes, Mrs. Land VT, Trini, Tu Trang, Tommy, Jason, David, Frank. They have left us. We miss them. We wish their families well. This was definitely an amazing anniversary special and a beautiful tribute to those we've lost along the way. Yes, like I said, the Zora sequence and them being summoned, great. The actual
Jill's
Megazord,
too skinny for me.
the actual Megazord itself is a little bit off, but it's fine. It's fine. All right, let's hop into this because we got notes. So just going over overall, just what did you enjoy about it? I'll let you go first, Joe.
I mean, it was fine. The acting was solid. Story was decent. I mean, this is like a B. This is a very solid B. The Megazord fight was a little rough, but King Ghidorah has really spoiled me on Megazord fights right now because they're using the LED technology to like give really flashy things, and plus I'm also been spoiled by Ultraman from watching Ultraman. So like giant fights are very, very hard to do. Impress me with nowadays, and at some point, I was looking for when Inferno from the Predacons was just going to pop up because this kind of reminded me of Beast Wars a little bit.
Oh my god!
A surprising lack of JDF. I mean, this was not JDF's story. This was always going to be a story about Min.
Yeah.
So I wasn't too worried about that. My biggest issue is that we already have the existence of the Kid Rangers with JJ. Why are there not more children of the other Rangers?
Yes, that is something I agree with. Like they've at this point they have been just mentioning JJ. They mentioned him in Dimensions in Danger. They mentioned him in this, and we finally get to see him, but it's in a comic. It would be nice to. I understand the limitations.
Much better looking Dragon Zord suit than his dad's, to be honest.
Yeah, I understand the limitations of the budget they had and everything, but a legit funeral scene with everyone there would have been something to behold. Just to have that, and then have to like show. Look, you don't have to pay him for saying anything. You can just pay him for being there. It can be like a 30-second visual something, but just having them pay their respects like that, and it would have been beautiful. But yeah, no, this I got up at 8 o'clock this morning, started watching it. I tried to wait till this morning, I couldn't do it. I was just tired, but I've seen it now. This marks number 6. Still enjoy it. It's very enjoyable. It's what I expected and what I wanted from this special. All the actors, all the Rangers, all the producers, they you can feel the passion in this. They put their heart into it. This was something that really realistically didn't have to be made, but they put passion, they put work into it, and what we got was something beautiful. It's just what I expect of a Power Rangers, of a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers type special. Just updated for what we have now, updated graphics, a little bit of updated humor. There were. I hope Megaforce and Ninja Steel are taking notes, because this is how you quip doing fights. You quip and you shut up and fight. That's it. You don't talk the entire freaking fight. But overall, of course, I enjoyed it. If I had to give it anything, I would give it an 8 out of 10. Just some of the story, some of the story, like not all, but some of the story to me, and some of the effects. Obviously, that's what's contributing to it being 8. Still a high number. Still enjoyed. Let's hop into notes, because as you know, I have a lot. Yes, this was definitely a level, and that's really so. People who were expecting so much more, wanted to be like a MCU style movie. This was never going to be that. This was always first and foremost a true love letter to what we grew up with in the 90s. It was that first and foremost. So yeah, thank you for calling that out, Will. So notes, I got them. Let's talk about them. The opening text, that was great. As I said in the beginning, definitely got major Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie vibe with the opening text from that. Only this time it wasn't being read by Dulcia. The opening action scene. How'd you feel about that, Joe?
I mean, it was fine. It was a bit floaty, but that's on par with what we used to get with Mighty Morphin anyways, be it standard fight footage or Sentai footage. There was a lot of wire work going on there. Like, it's one of those I kind of feel like you needed to establish where Rita came from first before dropping in like build up to Rita, like maybe an outbreak of putties or monsters that slowly lead into Rita rather than just bam, Rita's there. Like establish a threat, then show the big bad, then explain where the big bad came from. But just like
Yes.
her being there on the front line is super weird. Like I understand Bandora did it like a lot in the Super Sentai, but this is not the Super Sentai.
No.
Uh,
I definitely agree with that.
Super weird and consistent power levels on some things too. Like these putties are either super putties, standard putties, Zed putties who just forgot to get their vests, which technically means they would be invincible because if they don't wear the vest, you can't hit the Z.
Exactly.
The lack of other powers, like at some point, I guess they just want everybody to forget sparkle suits.
Oh,
People wants to talk about too much peak energy is dangerous. We know that metallic armor is just bad for ratings.
Yeah. Even in an updated format, it still just look not good.
I still say metallic armor should have been the Fox movie suits.
That I agree. I actually make sure I wrote that in to my story because it makes no sense that metallic armor wasn't armor. Anyway, I digress. So
it was fabulous.
It was fabulous. Yeah, I like. So of course this was definitely Billy, Means, and Zach's story. You know, the rest were definitely added on. You know, for the nostalgia factor. But this was the three of them story. Billy being the cause of Trini's death, so to speak, and then Zach and Trini, Min having to deal with her mother's death, and then Zach having to step up and try to steer her away from trying to get revenge and everything. And with doing that, focusing on Billy like that, first of all, it's great to see Billy, to see David Yost back as Billy. It's been far too long, and we get to see him back in action. And he's, look, people forget season 1 Billy probably wouldn't have lasted a minute. But this is after like season 3, after Zeo Billy. This man's been trained as a ninja and has been just training with Adam, Rocky, Tommy, Jason, Zach. He know how to throw hands. That elbow was personal. Like he could have just dodged and landed. No. He dodged in a way that he made sure he threw them balls. He was throwing elbows and got her square in the jaw, and I love it. Yeah. So, okay. Obviously, that was gonna be so. Rita killing Trini. How do you feel about how they handled that whole thing? I mean, it's kind of like the whole Wakanda for everything, but how do you feel about it overall?
No, that was handled well. I mean, this is still in the long run a children's show. This is going to be a show where we, at the age we are, would be showing kids, or in some of our cases, grandkids. God only knows. This, and we're going to have to hand wave somebody. It's like, well, they're gone. It's like, well, how did that happen? Well, she exploded.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, they're going to handle that the best they can. On the other hand, the discussion with Zach and Billy of, oh, how do we tell her? It's like, we could say her mom drowned. It's like, no.
That's just
like,
horrible.
But then you got to explain, like, so where's the body? Because that's the first thing that the doctor's going to like, oh my God, she drowned. Where's her body at?
Yeah. About that.
Or Piranatron.
Yeah, no, I agree. It definitely was handled well. Like I said, it was a beautiful way to keep her legacy alive. And just, I mean, we always knew it was going to be the story. It was hints, and I guess it was speculated that towards the end, like she would get the yellow powers, but then there would be something where they're like, all the other Rangers gave her their coins so she could like slide morph into different Rangers. That would have been nice, but I'm glad we got what we got.
Yep.
But that still would have been cool. Like instead of slide evolution from Digimon, you got slide morphing, which is essentially what Tommy does. He slide morphs with the what is it? Master. There you go, Master Morpher. I can't remember. But yeah, again, it was handled well, and even with the whole JDF thing, obviously happened after this was filmed, but still they handled not focusing on him as much. This is a focus on the team as a whole. There's a lot of team shots, a lot of teamwork in this, and that's really what Power Rangers is based on. Rita goes to the dark dimension. I mean, I can only imagine seeing Robot Rita surrounded by a bunch of green and smoke in the background. Okay.
Yeah.
I still stand on the fact that, and showing realistic interpretations of life, Trini being a single mother, the gay representation shown in this movie as well, obviously. That was definitely put in there by David Yo, so we respect that. We really love how they showed that off. I still say it should have been Zach and Trini as a family, and dynamically and tonally as far as the story, I feel like I would have got more enjoyment from it if there had been that. But what we got was still great. Zach stepped up as her guardian, basically her father anyway, Uncle Zach. And then you've got a year later. So the initial attack happened in 2022. The new attack started in 2023 when they went to the grave. Yes, so going back to the grave that was destroyed, that was Harvey Garvey. That is, again, that Easter egg comes from the episode Lights, Camera, Action, where the Rangers were on a talk show with the talk show host was named Harvey Garvey. So that was it's a very deep Ranger cut. If you knew it, cool. If you didn't, well, now you know, and knowing is half the battle.
So the other thing that super confused me is it goes from the Quan house to the Quan Taylor house. Like, why did Zach need to
Right.
Like, why did she just not move into Zach's place? Like, clearly, it's like this man is a former congressman, so he's clearly not doing poorly.
Exactly, which is why,
is this like a Mr. Miyagi thing where he just moves in with you and you just watch his car a lot? Like, what's going on here?
Well, she was doing a lot of training, so I'm sure there was some wax on, wax off at some point in there. But yeah, which is why I definitely say they should have been in family already, since he was already involved and would have had to be there.
Well, it's clear who her dad is, but he also died.
Yeah. Are you saying Richie?
Yeah, we'll go with Richie.
Oh, that's a deep cut. I was really excited to see the Rad Book too. That was really cool. Again, we can't just glance over the fact that Billy in 1993, 93 by the way, made a flying car. And here it is, 30 years later. I'm going to assume that the flying cars we saw in SPD
are all Cranston Tech.
Like, you can't, honestly, with it being New Tech City, you can't tell me that New Tech City wasn't an entire creation by Cranston Tech. Think about it. All the Megazord fights that happened in SPD, and there were really realistically no real destroyed buildings. If you were to build a brand new city with sturdier materials with your buildings, I could see them and also the fact that there were a lot of space for the Megazord to roam around and like duck and dodge. Come on now. You can't tell me that this is a brand new fabricated city made for Megazord fights alone. That's my headcanon. But yeah.
Well, on top of that, they also have an absorbent amount of space technology or foreign alien technology in Angel Grove over the course of the years, because
yes,
I mean, we know for a fact that they salvaged Andromeda. What's her name? Andromeda.
Astronomer and her dark
Astronomer's ship became Terra Venture. So.
Yeah, her dark satellite turned to Terra Venture. They took the they turned the dark satellite into the beginnings of Terra Venture, and they took the technology from that and the Astro Megazord and incorporated into the Lightspeed base, Nasada, and the Lightspeed base.
So I mean, Billy's like tech firm or whatever it is probably started off there.
Exactly. You can't tell me it didn't. So let's see what else.
Well, I mean, I can tell you it didn't because we actually have proof it didn't. That is the comic continuity, which only thus far has one book in solid continuity hold.
This is true. So yeah, Rita, Robo Rita she's a menace. Yeah, I'm gonna wait an entire year and attack you on the same day at your friend's grave that I killed. Let's fight. Like, come on, Rita, chill. Let him grieve for a minute. And then of course we get two old foes reborn, Snizzard and Minotaur. I think it was. Back as robots. Great. You know, that's, oh, you know what would have been really funny if she had made like Robo Putties. And then you could just had cogs, pretty much. What else?
So let's talk about what it talked about and where the Pandora protocols took off on.
Yes.
Can you actually find where that list was?
Let's go back. So, and I have my own notes about the. I'm gonna turn the volume down. Pandora protocol is here. Right here. Yeah, here we go. All right, so on the Pandora protocol list, if you go, let's go right back up. 10 seconds again. The attacks across the world. Let's turn the speed down. Speed. How you doing? Oh, here we go. We're gonna go slow. Here we go. All right. So the first name on that list was Coral Harbor, Reefside, Astro Megaship, Turtle Cove, Terra Venture, and Osaka. So, Reefside, that is Down on Thunder. Coral Harbor, if I'm not mistaken, do you remember which
Ninja
one?
Steel?
No, Ninja Storm is Blue Bay Harbor. Coral Harbor. I should know this. I really should. But I'm an old man, so I forget things. Here, let's go look at it again.
It's Beast Morphers.
Yeah, okay. Because I figured it was recent.
Coral Harbor is Beast Morphers.
Yeah. All right, so we're slowed it down again. So you got Coral Harbor, Beast Morphers, Reefside, which it makes sense because the Rangers that were captured are Rangers that are mentioned on this list. You got blue and red and gold from Beast Morphers. Reefside, you got red and white. Astro Megaship, you had Ashley and Carlos. Turtle Cove, you had Merrick. That was Wild Force. Terra Venture, you had Damon, Kai, and Leo. And so Osaka, let's say that's where they found the Phantom Ranger. Or maybe Osaka is a planet.
No, Osaka's a place. So my guess, and we will make a joke of this entirely. This is either it's Jetman, and they got their butts handed to them, or it's Dom Brothers, and they took one look and there's like, nah, we're done, we're out. You can't handle this acid trip.
No, yeah, I can see that. I can see that entire thing playing out. It's very interesting. I do plan on making a video about that. Just trying to speculate who could be in Osaka.
That or just the joke of they go there and it's a Kamen Rider. And they're like, well, we got morphing energy. And then you just see a belt and someone say the magic words and they're like,
yeah, no.
You're not a ranger. We're out. That or it's the new either the two new super dark ones. It's either Shin Kamen Rider or Kamen Rider Black and the new Black and new Shadow Moon. Are like, oh
Ooh.
no, we're good. We're good.
Yeah, we're good.
You have fun.
So yeah, and then going back to that, so if they have protocols for Bandora, which is of course is Rita, makes you wonder what other protocols they have. And and this is coming off of a team of Rangers who retired years ago, but in the last decade alone, you have to remember this. Megaforce was a decade ago. That was 10 years ago. So in universe time,
you continuously try to forget about this, and you keep reminding us. Stop.
I know, but I have to talk about it. The Super War, or whatever the hell they called it, that was 10 years ago. That was every single Ranger team up to that point fighting on Earth as a unit. So that was a decade ago. 5 years after that, you had Dimensions in Danger, where Lord Draven kidnapped Rangers to make them Ranger robots, using Tommy as the main one. And then 5 years later, technically 4, because you brought back Rita in 2022. Then a year later, in 2023, she came back to get her vengeance. So 5 years later, you've got Rita coming back to fight. So this is a team who has seen a lot more action in their most recent years than they have in 30 years. So it makes you wonder what other protocols they have, or what other, clearly. Okay, I'm only going to make a small mention of this because, and Joe knows what I'm going to talk about. And we're going to do a separate video about it later. But as you know, has it been a decade? It has been a decade. Jesus Christ. For about a decade, I have been writing my own take on the Power Rangers universe, where I combined elements from the comics, from the show, from the movies, and answer questions that normally would have never been answered, and make connections that should have been made or just never would have been made, or you would think that, oh, you know what, they worked well together. I did it. I made it happen.
And I show him the comic and give him a mild heart attack every other month.
This is true. So in that, it's called Army of Light, and it's basically all the Rangers coming together, creating this Army of Light across the world, basically seeing who is active, who is inactive as a Ranger, repairing powers, training, doing training exercises like Rocky mentioned, just stay in shape just in case, for stuff like the Super Mega War, or just random bigger events that require a much more larger approach, an army of Rangers instead of just a team of Rangers. So something along the lines of that, which clearly we see in Megaforce. They have that in place where they contact and have every other Ranger team on standby, or the more active teams, hey, get activated, standby, action is needed. So I'm proud to have predicted that to an extent. And of course, I go in an entire different direction, but I'm glad that we got to see that in live, in canon material. So that makes me really proud of myself, or just proud in general to see that happening. But hey, Mage, what up? Thank you for coming in, bro. Glad to see you. So yeah, again, going over the protocols. That's again more video content I'll be putting out later. Back in my notes. So I will say this. The whole Z-Wave thing. Let's talk about it. All right, so she mentions that the Z-Wave didn't just scatter Zordon's particles, it scattered the evil across the universe. Now, if we go back to the Z-Wave, we see monster-type villains, henchmen, aliens, monsters. They get completely vaporized, turned to full-blown dust. Main villains, humanoid villains, get turned into humans or into the alien version of whatever they were, just purified. Diva talks, of course, Rita and Zed, and Astronomer. So if the evil wasn't just destroyed, I mean, obviously evil can never be destroyed. There's always going to be corruption later on down the line. We see that in the very next season. But how did you feel about that explanation of the evil wasn't destroyed? It was just scattered across the galaxy or the universe. How did you feel about that?
Well, I mean, it's still better than hand wavy and then Rita returned. I think it's like I don't know why they're trying to bring Zordon back. That like would totally undo his sacrifice and make everything kind of pointless if we can just magically hand wave him back for no reason.
Okay, so
Rita's evil being purged into its own consciousness. That makes more sense only if you read the comic.
Yes,
because we find that she's corrupted by Dark Spectre's influence, and it's like an actual whole thing going on. So, like, again, you have to be up with the comic book for this to even make any remote amount of sense on her. But that's also a very fatal flaw because that's the problem with a lot of people have with the last 2 Star Wars movies is this happened over here, but we're only getting this A happened here, but we're only showing you B.
Yeah.
So in this scenario, we're doing that again of if you read A, B makes sense. If you don't understand what B A is, solve for X.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. So the whole that I bring Zordon back in my story, but it's in a way where he's almost like the Watcher, where he doesn't get directly involved, but he is alive, where his sacrifice is still made, but he's actually gifted a new life in order to live it. It doesn't make sense why Billy, after 30 years, well, technically 25 because it happened in space, would want or would even be trying to bring Zordon back. At this point, you guys have surpassed anything Zordon would really be able to teach you. And yes, he's great, mentor, all that stuff. But you guys are what Zordon is now. Like you guys should be that for the new generation. So bringing him back, I mean, I get they had to do it for the story. Realistically, it really doesn't make sense. That being said, having the evil scatter, like having the evil from the humanoid villains be scattered. I mean, because think about it. If it was the evil from, well, now, actually, no, hang on. Okay, so we know. Did you watch Beast Morphers, or have you heard about anything that happened in Beast Morphers?
No, I've watched a bit of Beast Morphers. This is,
Okay.
It's a task to get on Netflix in my place.
Yeah. So Beast Morphers, we have the return of Goldar with Goldar Maximus. That was the weapon of a villain with a instrument called the Revitalizer or something like that brought him back in a newer form. It wasn't even Goldar; it was Goldar Maximus.
Which annoys me because I wish they had just gone with the Super Sentai version where it's literally Gryffindor Jr. where it's him and Lammy's son.
Thank you. Like it's right there, Scorpina and
although
Goldar.
We don't actually see them as a couple in the Mighty Morphin, so we never get to see Gryffindor Jr. baby Goldar at the end of it, like
yeah.
Super Sentai. But
yeah,
they just wanted to be a happily married couple that was mildly evil.
Yeah, mildly. But yeah, so and then recently in Dino Fury, we got the return of Zed. Now, they didn't bring Zed back in Beast Morphers because if they brought Zed back there, he would have done what he did in Beast Morpher in Dino Fury and take over. I mean, literally, he's the main villain for Cosmic Fury that we're getting. Beast Morpher, no, sorry, Down Fury happened in the timeline, if you could think about it, in 2022. Who's to say that the evil particles that were brought back from the Z Wave, because Rita and Zed were in close proximity with each other. Rita took over Alpha and became Robo Rita, but being a more magically inclined villain, Zed was able to reconstitute himself in his original form, just beefier, and that's why we have him and Dino Fury and Robo Rita here in this story. That's my theory in headcanon, because it wasn't explained how he came back in Dino Fury, but this is the closest thing we have to explanation of how he could have came back. So, what do you think?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Okay, so Zed is back in Dino Fury.
Oh, right.
And so
I don't know where to go with that, because Zed is technically not Zed, but is also Zed. But I think isn't he supposed to be the big bad in Cosmic Fury now?
He is. So my theory was that alongside Rita's energy, her essence being brought back from trying to bring back Zordon, Zed's energy was along with that, but he didn't immediately go for revenge. He went to go reconstitute himself, and then he went off to attack the Dino Fury Rangers. So I mean, they haven't explained how he actually came back.
Yeah, I thought they did. I thought they just said he's like a clone.
Oh wait, no, they did. Never mind. Well,
isn't he a clone, or didn't that monster say, hey, I can bring things back from the dead?
Yeah, never mind. Okay, I just went on a whole tirade for no reason. But still, it would have been cool.
That's why I was like, what was the question?
Yeah, still, it would have been cool. Anyway, so moving on. That was a whole thing. Okay. Proxy Ranger coins.
I mean, Billy, technically, we will just say Billy made the turbo power. So at this point, I'm pretty sure proxy coins with surplus power system is pretty much Tuesday for this man.
I can see that. It would have been nice.
One of the most intimate knowledges of the morphing grid outside of the Phantom Ranger.
That he does.
Even though at this point, I think the Phantom Ranger may know less than him now.
Yeah, especially with who he actually is. But that's a whole thing.
That book does not lend well for that man.
His whole story doesn't end well for that man.
The only one that gets a decent ending is Cassie, and that's because she learns to let go.
Yeah. Ooh. Shots fired. You are feisty today, sir. So yeah, the proxy coins. Honestly, it would have been nice to combine the eras and have them call on their ninja powers, like have Rocky and Kat call on their ninja powers, and have Zach and Billy call on the original powers, and then have men take the saber-tooth powers at the end. Because okay, if Aisha's in space, if Adam's in space, you know they have powers. Whose powers are they using? Aisha only ever had Saber-Tooth Tiger and the bear. So it doesn't make sense for them to kind of split it up. So it should have been the ninja powers. But what we got again is great. I really enjoy what we got.
Aisha and Adam, their powers are probably based out of Space Patrol Alpha now.
Yeah, either that or they're leading the actual A Squad Alpha team. Like they're mentors.
The original instructors.
Yeah, which honestly makes their defection even worse. But we'll go back there later. Kat says the pink energy line. That was a really fun ref, especially if you watch Linkara. So you mentioned that you believe that Rocky, being a firefighter, worked alongside Carter. I said I agree because the moment they morphed and Rocky came, like they appeared on site in the city,
And immediately shot a putty in the back.
Rocky wasted no time. And the only person I know that is quick with the draw like that in this universe is Carter freaking Grayson. The man you don't want to smoke with. Carter Grayson
and
don't play.
Andromeda. And Andros.
And okay, Andros is a quick draw too. But Carter Grayson don't play, bro. He ain't got time to hit you up with martial arts. He just gonna pull the gap, pop, and then we're done. Or he'll try to shoot at you if you're a giant robot or blow himself up. You don't mess with Carter Grayson. I'm just sorry, you don't.
Nick wants to know if we want to see them reboot MMPR again in a full movie like this one. Honestly, no.
They are.
This is fine. We can move on to a different type of Power Ranger or make a wholly new version of Power Rangers as a feature film if they're going to reboot it. Or they can try adapting a Sentai and just do a quick one and done thing with those suits.
That would be nice. They are at the current moment working on a new movie. I love the 2017 movie. I feel like they should have got a sequel to close it out at least. The actors in general should have gotten way better than what they deserved because that movie should have been written a little bit better. But yeah, for right now, they are working on a movie. They haven't confirmed it, but it's heavily implied that it is a Mighty Morphin reboot. I mean,
Morphin reboot.
It's part of the cultural zeitgeist. It's because of the impact of this show, especially since we're sitting here talking about 30 years later. That's what they're going to go for every single time. Would I like for them to expand and branch out more? Absolutely. Which is why I'm glad we have the comics because now we're getting graphic novels about Time Force, graphic novels about In Space, graphic novels about the Psycho Rangers. Like it showing that we can get it in that medium makes me think we can definitely get more animation. And then if the movie does well, they can take it and spin it to however they want. What we do know is that chronologically in the universe of this universe, Dino Fury, Cosmic Fury is the final team that will appear in this universe.
And then they will bat himself and put in Hyperforce. Nick says he wants to know, would like them to have a Ranger series with different genre of music. That has been done. They have been called 5-Man.
Yes. That's one of the classic Sentais.
Which actually now go see now and get the DVDs for that. It is not on Shout Factory, but Ultraman Mebius and Neos is now.
Nice. But yeah, so with Power Rangers being a Hasbro, they haven't done us wrong yet. There's some stuff that could have been done a little bit better, but the stuff that we've been getting, both marketing wise, commercial wise, and media wise, there hasn't been a single like truly infinitely horrible thing in the bunch. Beast Morbius was the experiment, their first outing into the Ranger universe, with it being a Hasbro, and what they gave us was pure gold, and then they capitalized on that and expanded on it with the now 3-season run of Dino Fury, and it being the last. So it being the last, being on Netflix and not having anything to tie it to a traditional Sentai means for 10 episodes, they can do whatever they want to. They can add new lore, take away lore. They can do anything, and it'll be the last hurrah. So I'm very interested to see how that's going to play out. I have a lot more other notes, but we are pushing 2 hours. One thing I wanted to focus on.
What were some of your hottest notes?
Uh, again, so this was definitely a lot more brutal. I really like that they play with that aspect. I mean, yeah, we've always seen the Power Rangers fight, and it's implied that that, or not implied. We've seen them destroy monsters, but like Zach kicks a putty, and it lands on a bench, and it like cracks the bench. It lands on its back in the middle, in like the crack of the bench. Like if that putty didn't get destroyed and turn to rocks, that putty's back is broken. Ming, she should not be walking. Nick said it best in chat. Hashtag paralyzed. Matter of fact, Ming got hit in the back twice. She got body slammed on the hardest counter, and then she got blasted into the wall.
She's been studying martial arts all her life. She knows how to take a fall. I mean,
Yeah.
yes, it is the countertop, meaning it's the hardest part of the counter.
Yeah.
But she's been taking falls most of her life, either through gymnastics or martial arts. She knows to fall on the flat of her back.
Look,
I know how to take an energy blast to the chest.
Her mom was Trini. I can guarantee you, Trini put her through the ringer as far as training. And then, of course, if she didn't, her martial arts uncles and aunties would have. So, yeah. I actually wish they had leaned more into that, like who actually trained her, or if they all had a hand in training her. What else? So, yeah, the brutal, like Rocky stabbing the monster. Billy straight up stabs Rita Robot in the back.
Yeah, a lot of Ranger murder. After they say it's like, outright destruction isn't a thing we really go for. It's like,
and then stab. Like somewhere Ghostface is watching, like, I like how they stabbed them.
They have what is known as stability, which is not the ability to stay upright, but the ability to stab.
Let's see what else. Alpha 9 was just what Alpha should be. Hilarious and hilariously corny. The jokes either land or they don't. Alpha saying, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna leave because I'm feeling a vibe right now. That was great. Like the introduction of like newer lingo and lines or just memes that have been around for a while and having them play, like the monster saying, oh, thanks, I hate it. Like
or Billy saying, come get these hands, like we don't even say that anymore.
Like it's just
like, are you Braun Strowman? No, then you don't get to say we get these hands.
Little things like that make it fun. That's what made it honestly really fun to watch this. We talked about all the Rangers that were captured. Just going on the list again. So the Rangers that were captured are Beast Morpher, red, blue, and gold. Galaxy, red, blue, and green. Dino Thunder, red and white. Space, black and yellow. Zeo, yellow. Wild Force, silver. Phantom Ranger. And of course, Mighty Morphin, pink, green, and red. So let's talk about that final fight scene. The morphing sequence that they've updated, I love it. Again, that goes back to what Nick said in the chat about David Yost not putting any effort or just like looking unamused. You can kind of see a little bit of it in his morphing sequence. That, again, I will attribute to him being out of practice as far as acting for a very long time. I still think he did very well. Just there was no real like oomph or emotion to it. Again, the morphing sequence, great. The fight scene, seeing the five of them all together morphing and then being surrounded and then summoning their weapons and going off to fight, that was badass. The cinematography of this movie alone, showing, and it gives me that feeling of Forever Red. Seeing Jason on the moon doing wirework flips, seeing all the older suits doing wirework stunts, it made Forever Red such a unique and special thing. And so seeing the original 5 suits that we grew up with in better lighting, better cinematography, doing wirework, better stunts, better flips, actually stabbing monsters, this is a unique experience that we will probably never get again. And I'm really grateful. And it was just really badass to see. The final fight was standing, however. The Megazord sequence itself was great. The Megazord look, it wasn't quite 95 movie, but I've seen better in Death Battle and, of course, the actual Sentai CGI. But that's a whole different thing. what was the final note? So yeah, seeing Zach on screen, like legitimately on screen with Rocky, with Adam, with Aisha, the team that replaced him and his friends because they weren't getting paid, having him also spend time with Kat, like that was something that we will never see again. It's the first time seeing that on screen. I'm really glad we got a chance to experience that. Would have been amazing to have seen all 10 of them have the original 5 meet their hang out with their replacements. Great. What we got, still great. Final notes. That ending tribute. I don't know. Hang on. Confirming that Billy is still married to Sestra. That was great because that was the reason he left Enzio. He got sick. He got bamboozled with some energy wussets and had to go to Ecuador to get healed. Realistically, David Yost left the show because of his torment with being gay and all that stuff. And I'm really glad to have him back and in a more of a leadership role. And seeing that they kept him, they didn't just rewrite it to where he didn't go to Ecuador. They kept it in there that he's married to, or that he's in a relationship with Sestra. Probably has a kid. I'm sure at this point, 30 years later, Billy has a kid. He has a little fish-haired alien girl roaming around Ecuador somewhere. You can't tell me he doesn't. Also, speaking of roaming around, it's confirmed that the Rangers, specifically Billy, do travel to other Ranger locations, Ecuador, Miranoi, other planets in the system that have Rangers on them. It's really cool that they mention that. And I really hope that we get something like that in Cosmic Fury. Going to different Ranger planets, even just mentioning the name. Like, going to it would be great, but just mentioning the name of it will be even better. What else is my final notes? Of course, the ending clip of them singing and giving the tribute to and Jason. That was a beautiful way to end an amazing tribute, an amazing anniversary special. And that, ladies and gentlemen, were the shorter notes of Mighty Morphin Once and Always. This was a long time coming, and I'm excited. I'm excited that we got it, and what we got was absolutely amazing. Do you have any final words, Joe?
No, I mean, like I said, this was a solid B. It was entertaining. It's the only time I don't mind hearing Go-Go Power Rangers.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't even really hear that much, which
no.
The lesser that's used, the better. But again, here would have been appropriate.
Ron Wasserman did the music.
I like that Ron Wasserman did the music for this. It definitely felt like that because, again, and I'm just going to repeat myself, we didn't get a constant stream of Go-Go Power Rangers.
Nope.
We had actual other music.
Yes.
I remember when that was a thing. I miss it. I do look forward to see where they go further with this, if they do, because they really did not give that more for back to me, men. Some people were upset that they just use ADR from shows like Trini, JDF, along with OG Rangers. I mean, there's no other way they were going to get Trini's voice work in this without the ADR.
Yeah.
The other Rangers chose not to participate. So hopefully they were fairly compensated, especially Amy Jo Johnson, not just for doing ADR, but like straight up taking a scene from Power Rangers of when they were younger with whole song.
Yeah.
So hopefully she got fairly compensated with that. With JDF, I'll leave that alone because I don't know what his estate wants or doesn't want. I want the in-joke now to be that JJ is actually... Do they seriously say that JJ is a son or daughter?
Son. So, of course, well, he's of course a son in Soul for the Dragon. If the timeline is to be believed, Soul of the Dragon happens, I want to say...
About 5 years from now?
5 years.
5 to 10 years from now.
At least, so if we're looking at the timeline after SPD, it has to be set at least 5 years after that, because this is set in 2023. 5 years before that, he would have been.
It has to be 10 years because Sky's commander of all of SPD Earth.
All right, so if he's 20, let's say 21 around that time, he was first mentioned in Dimensions in Danger. He was a kid. He's worried about his bicycle. I would say he's about either 5 or 6 in that. 5 years later, he'd be 11 in this. So from this age, 2023, let's say
2033.
Yeah, so 10 years. He's about 2021. So yeah, that has to take place. That would be, it's 2 years to 2025, 2025 to 2020 to 2033 would be about
So 10 to 12 years.
Yeah. So he's at karate camp now, but he'll be in the SPD Academy before you know it.
And then drops out because they recruited him for undercover work.
Yeah. So Song Google, so he is the SPD Green Ranger at some point, and he does take his father's shield, being the last remnants of that power because the Master Morpher ran out. If you have a chance, go read Soul of the Dragon. It's a very, very awesome story, and honestly, really great tribute to the character of Tommy. And it's really a really fun read.
Problems from being a ranger.
Yes, and it's really fun read, and a nice tribute to JDF as well. Again, guys, this is a great. I have a lot more questions, a lot more concerns, and of course, bits and pieces of lore to add to my story. I do plan on adding this entire event to my story. I plan on rewriting it for so it's like the Arrowverse. What would the Arrowverse be like if there wasn't pay disputes, if there wasn't people who had to leave or wanted to leave, and they were just there, like the characters were still there? Same thing. That's the questions that I answer when I rewrite stories. So what would this story be like if the actual original team was there, and the other teams were there on the side? That's the kind of questions that I answer when I write stories like this. And I have fun with it, and it's also just fun just researching and answering questions that normally would never be answered. Now we have the comics, and thank God for them, because in the recent years we have gotten Rita's backstory, which ties into the story of the comics, but also could definitely tie into the story of the show as well. We've gotten hella stuff for Zordon. His time.
Speaking of which,
his time. I haven't read I haven't read 107 yet. I haven't read 107 yet.
I just read it.
Yeah. We got his time with Eltar. We got the not confirmation, but we learned that Lord Zed was originally from Eltar and was like his teammate, his master, or whatever.
He was his commanding officer.
We got the actual scene of Rita trapping Zordon in the time warp. That's something we have never seen. It's only been hinted at, but now it's actually been put in a visual medium for us to see. I'm excited to have those stories be a part of what we have now in the canon. Because as I always say, if it happened before 10,000 years ago, whatever, it's canon. That's me.
Yep.
So I'm currently dying because I have not had any water in the last 2 hours. We're gonna call it a night, but stay tuned. Thank you guys for watching this live with us. We normally do this recorded and put it on YouTube, but I want to do a live reaction. Have people in the chat. Shout out to my homies Nick, Will, Mage, Andy. Yep. Thank y'all for coming by. I do wish we had more people. We'll get there eventually. When this video comes out, make sure you guys post it, share it, comment, like, subscribe, do the thing that helps us grow as a channel. You can continue to sub to my channel, Shadow Creators Entertainment, and make sure you get subbed to Total Justice Gaming. Joe,
where I've done nothing for the past 3 months.
Yeah. Look, I'm trying to stay consistent, but things are a bit rough right now. but just
But-
bear with us.
But you can find me and Will on Get Bit Podcast, which is now
Yes.
on Spotify and Stitcher, because I've been doing that. Also, tune in tomorrow. Ghostbusters, the Tennessee Ghostbusters and I will be doing a charity donation stream
Nice.
for Nashville Dreams and Wishes, playing the newest update to Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed, because they finally dropped the Extreme Ghostbusters content. So Joe's going to be grinding the crap out of that to get his good to get my pack.
That's going to be awesome.
And you get the full costumes to be Kylie, Garrett, and Eduardo.
Nice. That's really fun. And if I can, I'm gonna try to tune in. That being said, guys, thanks for watching again.
Do I do the Fulmar for now?
Yes. We're gonna end on Joe letting his King Ulger flag fly. Hit it.
I love that, Jerry's.
I do.
So we're still doing yellow. Also very nice, because actually I can just turn my lights off for this one.
Ooh,
The sword really does work out well for this. We got a huge Bop It sword.
Drop it, slash it, pull it.
That's all I got.
That was awesome. So, guys, what did you guys think about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Once and Always? Did you like it? Did you enjoy it? Were you nostalgic? Did you not like it? I want to hear what you guys think. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you guys leave a comment in the comment section below. Like, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to Total Justice Gaming. I've already said this before, but I'm going to say it again because we want you to subscribe. We want to see people who share the same interests as us commenting and typing on these videos. Well, there will be shorter clips of shorts and videos come on my channel in the next coming week, because Big Ranger fan, Joseph Sentai fan, and me being the writer, I have a lot of notes and stuff that I really think would be really cool to speculate and theorize on. And I'm going to stop talking now. Thanks for watching always. May the power protect you. May the force be with you, and have the best day possible.
See, I put the sword down and then you pick it back up. No direction. No, you